Episode 123, The Rise of AI in News.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
The 2025 Digital News Report out last week highlights a news landscape rapidly adapting to AI. Newsrooms are beginning to invest in automation and personalisation. However, public scepticism remains high, especially regarding trust, transparency and accuracy. While AI is making news more accessible and tailored, audiences still value human editorial oversight and credible news brands. Hello and welcome back to the AI 6 podcast. I'm Joanne Sweeney and I am embracing AI, so I thought I'd take you along with me by gifting you this daily 6-minute podcast. This is my favourite study of the year, the Digital News Report, conducted in over 80 countries. Obviously, I've been looking at the global report, but also taking a closer look at what it means for Irish news, media, PR, communications agency, and consumers as a whole. But for this episode, I'm zoning in on how AI is changing the news and giving you the key AI takeaways from the 2025 Digital News Report. So in the newsroom, there have been big investments in AI. Major media brands like Reuters are investing heavily, for example, $200 million a year in AI to streamline production and distribution. AI is being used for summarising articles, translating content, personalising news feeds, aimed at boosting efficiency and relevance. As a former journalist working in a radio station and now working with radio stations at every level, I know that productivity and efficiency on work process is one of the major advantages that AI is bringing to that sector. But when it comes to public perception, trust is key. We know that news media, its core value, apart from its expertise, the quality of its journalists, its ability to turn around breaking news, investigate it and make it accessible, is its ability for us to trust it. So we don't want AI to compromise that trust. And in this report, people think that AI can make news faster and cheaper, but also they think it might make it less trustworthy, less accurate and less transparent. And so they're saying, which is good practice, that oversight matters. Most audiences want AI to support, not replace human journalists. And actually, that's one of the principles of AI for good, is human in the loop all the time. When it comes to AI chatbots for news, usage is growing, but it's still quite modest. 7% globally used an AI chatbot for news last week, jumping to 15% among the under 25s. Now listen, we know the younger demographics are always first to embrace the new technologies, and they are the generations that change behaviours of all of us. In terms of top tools, ChatGPT, Gemini and Meta AI are showing the most favoured. In terms of personalised news, there's mixed feelings. Nearly half are okay with news being personalised by AI, especially when it helps summarise or translate. But many still fear missing important stories due to algorithmic filtering. So what does this mean for news brands? Well, there's definitely been a platform shift. Younger audiences prefer social, video, podcasts, weakening traditional journalism scripts, so print, radio, TV. Transparency is key. Outlets are leaning into transparency and editorial standards to stand out in an AI-driven, fragmented news landscape. Despite the rise of AI in journalism, audiences strongly prefer human involvement in news production. And here's why. I've already said it and I'll say it again. Trust matters. People trust news written by humans far more than AI. When AI writes the news alone, trust drops sharply, especially for serious topics like politics or global affairs. And human judgment counts. Audience believe journalists bring essential moral judgment, ethics, and analytical and critical thinking to the table that AI just can't match, especially when interpreting complex events. And of course, accountability is key. People want a real person in charge, someone who can take responsibility if something goes wrong. So human oversight is seen as critical to journalistic integrity. Transparency helps, so readers are more comfortable with AI behind the scenes. So again, that repurposing of content, if you say it and if you label it and if you're completely transparent. So we still value humans, we still value journalism, and that's really important. I'm a huge proponent of an independent journalism and media sector. I think it's really important in today's global landscape. And so, in summary, the 2025 Digital News Report reveals while AI is rapidly reshaping newsrooms and the way audiences access information, we're going back to basics here. Trust and credibility remain the top concerns. Audiences appreciate the efficiency and convenience AI is bringing, but they prefer to hear and see and read the copy of a human. So journalists, you are safe for now. And of course, your industry, just like mine, is going to continue to evolve. But keep doing the great work. You exist in the public interest. We all respect your work and we need you. If you've got any insights or any opinions on the 2025 Digital News Report, I'd love to hear them from you. If you're a journalist and you have opinions on AI and your sector, get in touch. I'd love to have you on the Long Listen episode of the AI6 podcast. But for now, I'm Joanne Sweeney. Thank you for tuning in. Please do subscribe and share with a pro you know. I'll talk to you tomorrow.